Hi, hello, welcome. It's Pip Todman here from queenpipcards.com. Welcome to your monthly Stampin' Chat session. This month we are playing with This Birthday Piggy, which is a fantastic stamp set. And we're making these 4 cards. And you could have upgraded and bought the dies that cut them out, or I've shown you during the video how you can do them just stamping flat onto the card, so you don't need to have the dies if you don't have them. And of course you can also make these cards and substitute with other products that you have at home. I'm thinking hippos, donkeys, you know, anything cute really that would work, you could use for these, caroling mice, etc. So in this video I'll be showing you how to put together the cards that I've made using This Birthday Piggy stamp set. Just adorable. And you can also add on the dies, Playful Piggy dies. They're only available during the month of September 2022. If you don't have them, I will show you that you can make the cards without them, but I will show you them made with them as well. So you need that bundle or something similar. You need 3 colours: Polished Pink, Pacific Point and Memento Black. Okay, and then 2 ribbons I've used the Balmy Blue double stitched ribbon, which is stitched on top of white, and the black and white gingham ribbon, which I just love. On top of that you'll need some colouring tools, and I have used a mixture. I'm going to show you a mixture of watercolour pencils and blends, which I've got lovely, just all nicely sitting just in my basket like so. So we've got some skin tones, the lightest of the skin tones. We've got Balmy Blue, Polished Pink, Daffodil Delight, Crumb Cake and Granny Apple Green as well. Okay, so those are the ones I need from there. And then both sets of pink, the pinks, so the Flirty Flamingo plus the white from this one and a little bit of black in your watercolour pencils. Okay, so let's get started with some very simple stamping. So for this card I've taken a piece of the papers. Now the papers are from the Celebrate Everything papers, and they are a host set which you can earn and pay a small amount for. You get 48 sheets, way more than this, 48 sheets for when you hit the host rewards for £16.50. So if you hit the host rewards at £150, then you'll only pay like £1.50 for a pack of papers, which is stunning. So I've taken one of the pieces, this the Balmy Blue piece, with the, it's actually Pool Party, but it looks fine with Balmy Blue. So the Pacific Point piece, and then the Dotty piece, and that's the exactly the same size, and I've just cut it in half. Okay, and I've left a little bit at either end, so I've just cut it diagonally. And then when you glue that together, then that looks like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down onto our card base, and you can do it either way up, it doesn't really matter. You can do it top, you know, dots at the bottom, dots at the top. It's up to you. This design will work either way. I'm going to just pop it down that way. Okay, and then I've stamped the pig with the Polished Pink. So just the happy birthday, just as it is, stamping it nice and easily on a piece of basic white. Let me just show you that. And you can do this with your Stamparatus, you can do it with a single block, it doesn't matter. It does actually fit onto a D block, which is good. So I'm just going to stamp that onto there like so, and then I cut it down to the size that's in the instructions. And then we will pop that onto a matte layer of Polished Pink and glue that together. Now, if you have the dies, of course, you could then layer this one up and add this as a 3D pig on top. like over it, or you could just add pieces of it. That's the other thing you could do. So you could just die cut it out and add the flag, put the flag in blue, or anything like that. And pop that up on some dimensionals. I'm keeping them really simple at the moment, just so that we can get through this video quite quickly, but in the actual class you will see I'm doing some different alternatives, so please do jump on the Zoom and come and Zoom with us. Okay, and if you've missed the Zoom, I will put the images up somewhere in one of my groups. Okay, so just popping that down there, sort of even. Nope, not straight, Pip. I need to put it upright so I can see. That's better. And then we need a little bit of a sentiment going on there, I think. I like the little wee. So we're going to pop that on just using a little scrap piece of card here. And I'm going to stamp that in the Pacific Point. And just attach that. Because you can just imagine him saying that, can't you? There we go. So we'll just, going to need to let that dry for a moment. That's a little inky, a little juicy. I must have re-inked my ink pad recently. So I just want to hand cut this out. It's not going to look perfect. I don't mind. If you do, then use a little die or something to cut that out. It's actually like that. Might even have a little bit of a twist going on it, but I don't mind. There we go. Something like that. And we'll just pop that up in the corner. In fact, we might even leave it glued down to the front. So there we go. So that's my little extra bit, because it already says happy birthday, so it doesn't really need any additional thingies. Okay, like so. Whoops. There we go. And then we've got these gorgeous gems, which again, they don't match exactly, but because they're colour coordinating with, with the Stampin' Up papers and colours, they do obviously go with at least one or two of the colours that are in here. So we don't have the pink. It's more like a coral, so I wouldn't put the pink with that. But the blue's pretty good, and the light blue's pretty good. So we're going to add a few little sparkles right over here. Put a larger one down here, just in that corner, and then maybe a darker one over here. Maybe on top of his little... Do I want it on top of his little thing? No, probably not actually. Oh, where should we put this one? Over here. There we go. So a few little sparkles just to add a little extra zhuzh. And there's card number 1 done. So for card number 2, we need our basic white base. We need this paper, which is on the back of the gingerbread Christmassy paper. It's the beautiful pink stars. We need to cut a circle from polished pink, and then we're going to stamp our pig. Now you can either do this in Memento and cut him out and colour him in, or you can do him in polished pink and then just leave it as it is. I'm going to go with polished pink for now. When we do our Stampin' Chat, I'll probably colour him in. It's always good to do a bit of colouring. And then I'll pop I'll pop the pictures up. But here we go. So I'm going to stamp him out on there, and then I'm going to die cut him. Now if you don't have the dies for this, then I recommend you stamp him on a circle of white, then a little part of him will stick over, so like the balloon will stick over. Okay, so pop him on a circle, the balloon will go over the top, so just stamp again and cut the balloon out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. I've actually die cut mine, so I can die cut him and look, but see, if you did him on a smaller circle, then I think just this bit of the balloon will miss. So then you're going to cut another balloon out and just pop it on top with a dimensional, and then you won't see any difference. It'll just look like his balloons popped up, which will be quite nice. So if you don't have the stamps, the dies, then don't worry, just do it on a slightly smaller white circle. Or if you don't have circles, make it a square. I'm going to use some of this balmy blue ribbon here. Now this is actually a lot thicker than I expected it to be, so I wouldn't wrap this round the back. I mean, you could. It might be a little bit bulky to wrap that round the back of a card. So I'm going to leave mine as like a loop, so it goes across here like this and comes back around again. So to do that, we're going to put some sticky on the back of here. And I want the blue showing, so I want it to go across the middle, but just come out the edge there. Then I want it to fold over, and then it's going to come across here, but I want it to twist, so I want it to come back again like so. Okay, I might need to bring that twist in, make it a bit smaller so it doesn't go off the edge of the card, like so. Okay, so it's like a little bit of a loop on that side and two little tails on this side. That's what I want it to look like. Then we're going to chop those off. They're not too big, and then they should fit nicely onto the card front when it's in position. Okay, should fit nicely. You'll have a little bulge there, but that's fine. You can just squish that down and it'll stick. So we will glue this in place. Okay. Like so. I'm going to use dimensionals on this because of the ribbon. That's quite thick, so we'll put dimensionals around the ribbon rather than over it, like so. And then we will put some, just put some sticky glue here on the ribbon, so if it does go down it will stick. So then take these off and we will just pop that in place. Okay, so that's going to go somehow sort of ish there, like so. Okay, now I'm going to pop the little pig up, and for this one I'm using my minis because they go in all the corners, get into all those areas that you need. Make sure that it's nice and firmly attached. One in its ear. The only place it doesn't really go is on the candle, but we can live with that. There we go. Take all these off. And as I say, the balloon's just going to be just over the top, but it doesn't matter. And then we need a sentiment for this. There we go. Pop the piggy down like that. Cute. And then we need to decide what to say. So I think something like this little piggy says happy birthday. Here we go. That one. And we'll do that, I think, in basic black, just so that it pops out a little bit more. So we'll do that in the memento. Could do it in the balmy blue if you wanted to, or even in the Pacific Point just to add another colour. It's up to you. And I'll just pop it on this. And somewhere I have a strip. Pop that down. Excellent. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. Doesn't need chopping too much. And then I'm going to add it at the same. And then I'm going to add it at the same jaunty angle. Just switch that off there. and switch that off there. And then we can pop that, I think, just up there, like so. So that's going to go up there. And shall I do it flat? I think I'll do it flat, actually. Yeah. Look flat. Like so. Sticking over the edge just a smidge. So it's all kind of attached. And again, you can decide, you know, how you do yours when you've got, if you haven't got the dies, but I think that works. And then we can add some sparkles. Again, these blue ones aren't quite right, but these blue ones are perfect. So we'll just add those on as a little darker shade to it. Put one down here. One over here. One down here. There we go. So cute. So that is card number 2. Okay, so for card number 3, we need our basic white base. Then this strip of this on the back of the Halloween paper is the nice yellow stripe, so I like that. And then I've just die cut a label from the colour and contour, scalloped contour dies. It's the one that has this hole in it here. But if you use your dimensionals in a sensible way, you can actually cover that up, especially if you use the black dimensionals. So I'm going to use that. Again, if you are stamping this without the dies, then you just need the piece of basic white that will fit inside here, and this image will fit in there. So we're going to use this one, which is the pig lying down in the field of flowers, and you see she'll just fit nicely in there on a piece of basic white that size. So it's just basically about this width. So we'll stamp her in Memento again. This time I'm going to do a little bit of colouring, show you how I did that. So we'll pop her down just like so. There we go. And then if you cut that down to the size, I've given the sizes for that in the instructions. You can just about, it's just about under 4 centimetres, whatever that is in Imperial. So we can just if we just do just under 4, that's a nice, that kind of gets her nicely done. So that will fit on there if you don't have the dies. If you do have the dies, then what I've done, see, she'll just fit there with a nice little layer around her, is I've stamped her and cut her out. Now I've already attached the elements, so the strip of paper onto the basic white wrapped with the gingham ribbon, and then that element there, and then I've cut her out and she's going to go on top there. Okay, and we're going to just colour her in using a few of these blends. Scrap of white helps you to work out which of the blends are which. So see, that looks light, but it's actually quite dark. It's kind of the next one down, I think. Oh, that's a nice light pink. Yeah. So I'm starting with light. You can start with dark. It really doesn't matter. I'm just covering her all over in pink. And then we'll add a bit of layering and extra tone in a minute. Okay, make sure you do her tail. Don't forget her tail. It's in there. Like so. So with the really dark one, just a little bit round here where she's lying in the mud. Underneath her nose. Maybe a little bit of darkness just in there under her ear. Coming down there a smidge. Next one, we're going to go over that again, come up a little bit, Add a bit more, but it's the next colour up. I might add more to the tail, and then blend that down a bit. And then we're going to go all over again with the light. Like so. And just blend that shadow in there. So we've got a little bit of toning going on, and I might add an extra bit of light pink here just to make her ear a little darker. Okay, so then we've got some crumb cake, which I'm using for the ground here underneath her. This is quite a dark crumb cake. This is the dark one, like so, and then the light one over the top. Lighten all that up a bit. And it's up to you whether you go all the way to the edge or just do to the edge of the image. I kind of like leaving a little bit of white. We're going to add some yellow flowers to go with the yellow of the stripes. And I'm going to leave it with white centres. You could do them the opposite way and have white flowers with yellow centres. That would also work nicely. And then just a dash of granny apple green for the leaves, because you can't really, I don't feel you can leave the leaves as white leaves. There she is. I'm adding her, this went on with dimensionals, I'm adding her with dimensionals as well. And I'm using the little mini ones because they fit up in these little flowers, which is great. And then all the way along her body, ears. There we go. Pop that off. Got a gap there, but I'm going to refrain from adding another one. I have enough pip, she's fine. Okay. Okay, and then she'll just sit nicely on there. Look at that, so cute. So cute. It's going to come up a little bit. There we go. And then underneath that, we need some wording. So obviously we're going to go with the words here. Have I got them? Yes, no, that's this little piggy says happy birthday. Let's go with this one. Go to your happy place and stay there all day. That's the one I want. And that should fit into the die that goes with the set, but if not, it'll go with the die that you've got, I'm sure. Or you can just cut it out by hand. Okay. We'll pop that in Memento. I mean, really quick and easy, these cards, even though you might need a little bit of die cutting going on. It's nothing massive. And then I've die cut a few of the flowers that are in the die set because they're just gorgeous. I'll have to have a look at these dies in a second. I haven't really shown you those very well. And of course it all fits through the mini. They all fit through the mini if I put that right. And then we'll pop that up on dimensionals just underneath there. And then, as I say, I've die cut some of the flowers. We've also got some of the yellow gems that would work well with this one. So this goes under here, up there I think. No, a little bit further along. Like that. Come on, Pip, get it in the middle. Yeah, I'll do. Okay, so that's there. And then, so I've cut out these flowers. Here we go. Don't think we need all of them. But I just thought these would work quite nicely. You know, we might have a large one and a small one there. And a little one over here. Like so. Maybe a large one over here. So maybe a large one over here and two little ones up here. That might work nicer. There we go. So pop those on just with a little bit of glue. Again, you could dimensional them up if you want to, but I'm going to add a gemstone to the centre of them, so I don't want them to be too high. Oops. They've got this lovely little decoration going on with the little slits in them. I like it. It's very pretty. I think they've done a grand job with this die set, getting it to really coordinate beautifully. And then we'll pop on these yellowy ones here. So I think those will fit perfectly. Oh, look at that. Into the middle, like so. And then the big one can come down here like so. Look at that. Smashing. So that is card number 3. Cute. Okay, so for the next card, we're using the basic black base and then this firework piece here. And we have a piece of basic black and a piece of basic white, which we're going to cut into squares. And then we have a piece where we're going to stamp our pig. And we're going to use the gingham. Where's the gingham gone? I've lost my ribbon. Here it is. We're going to use the gingham. And for this one, I want to make it completely black and white. I'm just going to add a touch of colour with these pinky red sparkles just in here on the, and everything else is going to be black and white. So, or you can just make it completely black and white if you want to. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to attach your ribbon to the back of here. So you're going to wrap your ribbon around here, okay, and adhere it at the back, and then glue that down to your card base. Then I tied a little knot in here with an extra piece of the ribbon, okay, so it's just a little knot that I've tied there, and I've die cut out a white square from the Stylish Shapes with a black one just bordering it as per the instructions. Now, if you don't have the dies, you're going to stamp straight onto this piece of card. If you do have the dies, you're going to stamp the little pig on a motorbike or scooter and die cut him out like so. And he's then going to sit on here. Okay, so we're going to lift him up with dimensionals, but we're going to leave him black and white on here like that. So a really simple card in the sense of colouring, and I'm not even going to colour him. I'm just want to pop him up on dimensionals. And I think sometimes a black and white card is very great for a man's card, smashing for you know, anyone who's not particularly girly or you know, likes to have a bit more of a classic style. I love monochrome, and I just think it can be you know, really nice just on its own. However, I did want to use a few of those sparkles, so I thought I would just add a couple of the red ones just to lift it slightly. So it's not really coloured, it's just got something sparkly on it. If you wanted to stay monochrome, then I would suggest rhinestones, because they're always a good, you know, they're always a good fallback because they are plain, and they go with everything, including black and white. So just lift all these off. That's the only problem with using minis, is you get quite a lot of these things to lift off, but you know, they're good for everything else. They get into these little corners otherwise. Check that I've done all of those. No, missed one. I thought I had. You can tell if they don't shine. Okay, and then I'm popping him on here. like so. So he just adds that shadow to the card, which immediately gives it a little bit more depth. Makes it look, oh, that's 3D. So you can leave it like that if you want to, or you can add just a couple of these sparkly bits. I just thought they would be quite nice added to the centre of some of these fireworks. And then we can do some little ones. Do a little one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need an odd number. So I'm thinking this one or this one. This one, I think. There. There we go. So it's monochrome, but with just a little flash of pink. So there we go. That's the 4 cards done for today's Stampin' Chat. I hope you've enjoyed them all. Please let me know which one is your favourite. Please show us your makes and designs over in the group, either the Card Making Know-How membership group or in my Crafty Corner group, whichever one you belong to. I think they're lovely, and I think they are very cute. Oops, just pull this one back out the bag. I think they're just very cute, and would be great for all different, you know, birthday occasions. Men, girls, yeah, lots of great birthday ones. And then obviously with the other sentiments in here, you could, you know, hope it's the best, thinking of you, enjoy the ride. Those two don't necessarily, and go to your happy place and stay there all day. They don't necessarily have to be for birthdays, which is what I like. So that's pretty cool. And as I say, you can colour them with colouring pencils or blends, or just stamp them in colour or black and white and leave them as they are. So thanks ever so much for watching that. If you want to know what is in the bundle, if you didn't get the bundle and you're thinking now, actually, I would quite like the piggies, it's just huge. So it cuts out all of the pigs. You've got banners, you've got grass, the flowers that I showed you, a little bird here, leaves, the truck, and a little bandana, which I really want to use the bandana. Maybe I should put a little bandana on him. I will play with those more during the live session. But yes, I just wanted you to have the video so that you can prep your cards, get your cards done, and come along and chat with something else, or put them together afterwards if you forget what we do during the Stampin' Chat session. So thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget to book in for next month. We'll be having more fun next month. Santa's Express next month. So come and book in for that. Thanks ever so much for watching. This is Pip Todman here from queenpipcards.com, and I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.